Thank you very much, Ms. Mbatha, for your time here on ENCA. Now, first of all, let's start by explaining the importance of a reed dance. I think a lot of people, still think that the reed dance is particularly for the king to choose a wife or wives.
No, on the contrary, the reed dance, or Umhlanga, as it's said in Misuzulu, is a very important item on the calendar of the Zulu people. You see, you get a whole of young girls who are definitely virgins, who go and get reeds from the river the day before, like on a Friday. Then on a Saturday, they take the reeds, go and present them to His Majesty. And then the following day, which is the following day, the Sunday, it's song and dance. What is the purpose of all this? The reeds it's symbolic to the king. That's why we call him Umhlanga Lomhlabathi. It's to say to him, we recognize you as our king. The young ladies, we call them Izimbali, flowers of the nation, because they're young and they're pretty, and they're the future wives and the people who hold families together. In this as we're concerned in the Zulu culture, the young women are very, very important. Now, what are they taught during the 3 days that they're over at the royal palace? They are taught self-confidence, they're taught femininity, they're taught how to raise children, how to be good wives, how to relate and handle, I guess, their husbands, whether in a single, wife situation or estrangini, in a multi-marriage. They're taught all those things because the Zulu culture strongly believes that if the women are happy and the women raise balanced children, the society becomes pretty balanced, So it is just more than the king going there to look for a wife. It isn't about that. If he has to find a wife there, it's one of those things, but it is not the issue. The issue really is about young women being taught, if you like, feminism, Zulu feminism,
yes.
To be proud of who they are, and most importantly, self-confidence. Perhaps, in a Western way, we could call it the finishing school for young women,
All right. So now, with the developments that we're hearing in terms of the faction that is questioning the legitimacy of him taking over the monarch, and that faction saying that all events have been cancelled, but him going ahead with this event, how does this affect the history of having a reed dance every year?
I'm not going to get into the discussions that are going on in the royal family. I'm not royal at all. I'm just a mere commoner. However, with a great interest in what happens in the Zulu society and the royal family as well. Just take a step back. Since the 70s, the reed Umhlanga would take place in Yogeni, which is next to Nongoma. However, because of the discussions and the forever, disagreements that the royal family is having, this year it's being held in a different venue in Gwavuma, in a place called Emathobeni. What is significant with Emathobeni is that it's an area that used to be disputed with Swaziland. At some point, the Swazis decided to take that place and call it their own. However, in the 70s, I think, or just early 80s, the Zulu managed to get the land back. So this year, it's not at its traditional place in Yogeni, however, it is at Emathobeni. Now, the fact that there are discussions and squabbles or whatever people, can put what's going on in the royal family, I don't have the mandate to comment on that. What is important for us is that His Majesty has taken his rightful position as the King of the Zulu and making sure that at least the first major event that he presides over is Umhlanga. So the Zulu, we are happy with that.
Are there any concerns, Ma, for instance, from anyone in the Zulu nation for the safety of the maidens during this time? Because this reed dance will obviously be a bit different. Besides the fact that the venue has changed, there's also a little bit of, I know you can't comment on that, the private royal family dispute, but the safety of maidens, is that anything that is of a concern?
Oh, no, it isn't. Remember, all the protocols of COVID are definitely taken care of. The numbers, where they're housed, the sanitation, the whole protocol is being taken care of. And most of them are actually quite upset that they were not allowed to go there, So it's a matter of their lives are very important to us and they're being taken care of. There is no worry whatsoever. And again, the discussions that are happening in the royal family, I think we need to give them space to find us, to find themselves. Remember, that the discussions are ongoing. We shouldn't worry too much. His Majesty is the king, and he's not going to go anywhere. So they may go to court, whoever decides to go to court, we can't stop them. But as a Zulu historian, I know the end is near. All the squabbles are going to come to an end very soon.
All right. Shalo Mbatha, historian at the University of Zululand, thank you very much for speaking to me.